Can you hear me?
Yellow. Yep.
What's up, man? I think that might be too. Is that too loud?
No, that's good.
All right, welcome everybody. We're going to get started here in about 5-6 minutes. We're simulcasting over on YouTube and on TikTok. Damn, TikTok's already pumping. Damn. Keep going, bitches. Let's go. Brown. Today is October 16th, 2024, and we are live on Spaces. Everybody's here. Make sure that you share everything out. Of course, get everybody in the world to know. Today's probably not going to be a very big show, but we're going to be talking about some great stuff today. Hydrate. Watching over on YouTube, thank you very much for being here today. If you're watching over TikTok, you guys are kicking it. Great stuff about the fire off and kick in. Welcome everybody as we're going to get started here in about 3 or 4 more minutes. Rise of the Shogun. I like that we get episodes on this, Drew. Thank you so much for doing that, buddy. That rocks. That's 3 weeks in on doing this show. Nice job.
No problem. Let's go.
Dr. Liberty, sporting the new FPFP, making it live. It's a reality for the doc to be shooting it. I'm telling you.
Max, we still have to make a PFP for Future Light down there. That's Coney.
Oh, yeah? Which one was he?
He's a guy from Portugal who always works out with us.
Oh, cool. Future Light, awesome. But what was his PFP?
His PFP right now is from Naruto.
What did he want?
Oh, I don't know. I'll ask him afterward.
All right. Welcome, Crypto Meaner. Things are about to get super stupid. And when I mean super stupid, I mean like powerful stupid. Oh, let me hit the record button on the stream too. Brown, chicken cow. Like I said, not a lot of people today, but that's okay because we're going to build up the show here a little bit. But we got a lot of stuff going on. We're going to be recording this. I'm going to put this out there to everybody. We had an internal team meeting, I guess you could say, the other day. On Monday. I think it was it Monday? Yeah, it was Monday, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Monday. And then on Wednesdays, we have the external where we kind of tell people what we talked about, what we're doing. Because you got to get that inside info, baby. You got to get it and use it. Lay it right up. Eating that alpha. That's what we do. We got to eat the alpha. Man, I haven't been out in a space in a dog's age. I'm just going to start going out and just raiding spaces here soon. As soon as we get this week done, Monday of next week after we got some testing in, I'm just going to go straight hand at it, man. I swear to God. I'm going to give Andrew and Shane and Ransom a run for their fucking money, baby. All right, bitches, you ready? Shoguns. Drew, you ready, buddy?
Of course, always ready. Let's go.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Trader Max from ShogunCrypto.com. And we're here in today's show on October 16th, 2024. What a great fall day if you're here in the United States. We're going to be talking about a lot of great stuff here on the outbound. Some alpha, some not so alpha, but a lot of good stuff. So make sure that you settle in and get yourself ready. If you're here to talk about your project, that's A-OK, but make sure that you've shared and followed both myself, Trader Max, and Shogun Crypto. You've got to have both of those, as well as retweeted the space. If you haven't done one of those, all three of those things, then no talking for you. But if you have, you're more than welcome. If you've signed up for our system or you have our program, that means you've already done that at least once before anyway. But still, share and repost the space anyway. Or we'll give you crap when you come up to talk to us. In today's space, we're going to be talking a lot about the alpha of things that are coming out for us and some practical stuff in our new farm system. If you're here and you don't have a project and you're only here to support us, we want to thank you today. We'd like to hear from you as well. Come out and let us know how you have benefited from being here and part of Shogun. Also, in the comment section over on the show, make sure that you put a reply in how Shogun has helped you. Throw some flowers back to us, and also make sure that you use all the little emojis inside that system as much as you can, almost like Dr. Liberty's doing right now. Spam the shit out of that stuff when you hear something you like. You hear something you don't like? Spam it as well. All right, let's get started. Drew, buddy, how you been, buddy? I said buddy like 7 times.
I'm doing good. Had my morning walk and coffee. Still fighting the migraine, but it's going good.
Ooh, that's terrible, man. You get those a lot, brother. We got to start talking about what do we need to get you? Hydrate? I mean, you probably hydrate the shit out of yourself, don't you?
Oh, I should probably start drinking more water, to be honest.
I got this cool little, what the fuck is this even thing called? I don't even know what the hell it's called. Owala, O-W-A-L-A. It's like a cowbell of a fucking bottle, and I just drink it. It has like a straw in it and not a straw. It's pretty wild. My kids had it, and then he got me one, and I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm part of the club now. So hydrate. Absolutely good thing. Drew, it's been a crazy week. We are now, as of today, well on our way in the world of crypto. We're 15 days. We're 16 days here in about an hour. Right now, right about this time, in about an hour from now, we're 16 days old. And I have to kind of throw this out there, Drew, if we've been building this stuff and working together for some time now. Did you feel like it was going to go this well? Or did you think, what was your, I mean, everybody's like, to the moon, let's go, but what did you think we were going to be this well and this solid?
Yeah, I mean, I was anticipating more of a how there's kind of like a big sell off after the first, launch and pump, but we honestly didn't. We had, launched at like 325, came down to around 215, 220, and it's just been up from there up until about 680, all time to 620. So like we're pretty much like we've just grown, and each time we've launched something new, like when we came out with our farm, our price increase from our LP or some of the other systems that we're coming out with, it's just going to have that slow and steady increase, which is what we want. We're not here to make a pump and dump.
You're absolutely right. And as we tell a lot of people, if you're listening, the coin isn't the main objective. We're not a coin that has service. We are a service network that has coin. And we're here to help you build your worth and your net worth. I want you all to realize as well, if you're listening to this, if you're part of our organization over in Shogun right now, and you're one of either we know who the top 5 is, the top 20 or the top 100. If you're one of those, really right now, there's only about 30 people that are heavily involved in this. There's still a lot of spots available over there. And why is that so important to be there? Because we only need this 125 to maintain this organization to the levels that we have. And I want you to see what we've already built has only been maintained with about 30 something people. And even about a third of them are still trying to figure out what they're doing and being in there. So, and we're trying to figure them out as well. But we got about 30 people that are really super strong in this network, either in the top 20 or the top 100. So I want you to imagine what this coin looks like, what this network looks like when we have 125 working strong. That doesn't include some of the other outbound stuff, like we have devs and game builders and lawyers and other things like that. That doesn't really count in that process. So I want you to remember that being a part of this network, not just a coin, but the network itself, is the most powerful thing. Why? Because if you're on the inside, you know when everything's releasing. You know how everything is going. You can have the faith and the understanding that I'm never going to sell sizzle. I'm only going to ever deliver steak. And I think we've done just that. At this point, I think we're going to just release the first part of our alpha that we're talking about. We all know that our volume bot, our network solution for a volume bot, is sort of taken on a little bit of a different skin, what we call tempering or the anvil. Both of them do two different things. The temper bot does more of solidifying the back scenes of price action as stuff moves, and I'll speak to that in length in the middle of the show. But our Anvil bot will have an applied volume to those needed areas when we have a certain thing happening with our farm as well. So both of them are outbound bots. One's going to be an outbound bot that'll go to communities, and the other one will be probably utilized more internally to what we have. But it'll still be used within our group and how we're going to be working with it. But the one bot will be good for communities. And so what we're doing is that we're putting together a learning service network solution as well for communities to do what we're doing. Remember, we built the coin so we can practice on services and systems that will help coins. So if we do it on our system and it helps us, guess what it can do for your system? Fucking help you, right? So that's the thing. You know, no coin has ever done that before. Everybody releases a bot and they're like, hey, yeah, go make it. You know, and I see like raid bots and systems that are out there, but their coin's like 69 or 20 fucking thousand market cap. And it's like, how can you promote that it works if you don't use it yourself, damn it? You know, how could you promote something and not vest who you are into it? It's like you go to a restaurant and the cook doesn't eat there, right? He's like, I wouldn't eat here. Are you kidding me? Right? Everything that we're doing here is about how can we extend the coin and build up that net worth and build up the priorities for it and keep your holders happy, right? I think some of our holders are still in waiting and still there's a lot of great stuff there, but they're in the know-how. They're in the know. They know where to go. They know that there is a group that people will listen to them and respect them and understand what they're going through because we're there as well. We're all in the boat working hard together, but we're all in that mode to be waiting for our rev share. And that's the best part. But in the meantime, there's some money to be made in farming and yielding and harvesting. You can make some okay money per day, but then we teach you how to compound it, put it back in the network, build up your net worth even further. And it's strong. So there is a good little value in what we're going to be doing with this farming system that we have that's going to increase our volume, increase our net worth, and as well as increase the value of the entire project to show that it works. And this will help coins build a natural ascending trend into their network, as you can see in our screen here on if you're watching on YouTube or on TikTok. And again, TikTok kicking its butt today. Loving how many people over there watching and fading through. Pretty cool. All right, Drew, you have any questions or anything you want to bring out in the very beginning as well?
Yeah, for all the people in here, we have almost 16 people in here. Make sure that you're sharing the space out, following all the hosts and the people in here. Retweet, comment, bookmark, do all that, so we can get out there in front of a larger audience as well.
Now,
and
go ahead. Sorry.
Just to sum up what we were talking about with the farm as well that we've set up, we've already added like $15,000 overall to the LP, something around there.
Mm-hmm. And see why that's so cool is all that's done organically within the network because we're showing people how to do it. We're training them how to do it. We're showing them the value behind it. We're showing them how to create volume and consistency. And once we add our Anvil and our Temper bot to the system, it will then increase the climb. Now, as you see with most liquidity systems out there, you get a whale who comes in and drives it super far up into the stratosphere, and then everybody farms out and leaves and does whatever. In this system, it is going to be it is so powerful right now that as we get new people coming in and farming into the liquidity pool, this is our second test. So the first test was a very small pool. I think it was only how many we didn't even have very many coins in it, did we? I think we had like a couple thousand.
Yeah, the first farm was only a week, and the farming rewards were only $80. And in this farm now, it's a month, and the farming rewards are around 1,800.
Yeah, so the next one we're hoping to have about 18,000 in that level. It'll be a longer farm, of course, but there'll be money going in and out of that system, and we'll be extending. We'll probably be extending. We're going to try to do an extension to this farm that we've just created, so people can make money. Now, remember that in doing farm and yielding like we're doing, it's not about how much money can I make today and pull out, right? It's how much money can you make and compound and put back in, because the more that you put back in, the more that it'll grow. Now, there's things that you can do to kind of pull out some yield and do those kind of things in small increments, and then our anvil will smooth things out, right? So that's a possibility. But coming in and farming the group, like the negative connotation of farming, like we got some people in who maybe they didn't have, and I don't like calling them yeeters anymore or losers or pieces of shit, who leave and kind of hurt the chart. They're doing what they're doing. And if we didn't explain better of what we were doing and they're just doing it on purpose, then maybe that'll make them a yeeter or a piece of shit or what have you, right? But in all essence, what they're doing is that they're fading on an opportunity like no other at the moment. And that's okay, because really, this isn't for everybody. Our network and our solution, it does take work. It does take priority. You got to be in there every day. You got to know to grab your harvest, how much you got to grab, how much you're going to sell off, and how much you're going to put back in. So these are things that are going to protect your bag and protect everything you got, but also build out more yield as you go forward. Once you get to a certain amount of yield, okay, I'm going to probably tell you to start. You'll send over a quarter and keep a quarter, right? So if you make $1, you put 50% back into the yield and take the other 50% and take a quarter and sell it and put it in a little wallet somewhere and hold it off to the side. So if that's like, 25 cents and you do that 1,000 times and, what have you, but you're building up. It doesn't mean you're going to be doing a quarter every day, but you could be doing a couple $100 a day in yield farming and be putting over 50, 60 bucks a day in your savings account, in your savings of your wallet. So we're going to teach you all kinds of stuff as we go. There's some people in there right now who have a lot of money on board in the farming, and they're doing very well. They can make 20, 30, 50, $100 a day in doing this. What we see, the numbers so far, when the time comes, when you got a good amount of money, and because what we're doing with the liquidity farm, it stabilizes the network as well. That means that if you get a big whale who does leave, or somebody who comes in, buys a lot, and then sells off, it's not going to kill the chart. But the strong value as it builds is so powerful for us, because it's going to give you things to do. It's going to let you make some money while you're waiting for your rev share. If you're not part of the rev share, fuck, you should be. You should be in our network and bringing as many people as you know over, because that rev share for even the group of 100, when we're at $1 million profit margin, which by January we're going to be doing that and plus from our numbers, what we see, you'll be making about $3,000 per group of the 100 that is in there, $15,000 at the group of the 20. So just imagine what the top 5 is. We put our time in, and then we're deserving of that. I think we're starting to get a lot more people to come in. Let's start to bring out some people. Drew, pick somebody. If you're here to shill your coin, be loud, be proud, be quick. Make sure that you shared and followed us, of course, and shared and reposted the space. Make sure you follow and like everybody else that's here. Be quick, but also I'm going to probably ask you questions. So it's a short shill today, but we're going to probably ask you questions, and we want to get through everybody. And at the end, if we got to revisit and talk a little bit more about alpha, please do. So Drew, who do you got up first?
Yeah, so as we wait for some of these projects to come up, that I just sent them an invite to speak. Let's hear what Ransom has to say.
Yo, what up, guys?
What up,
Stoked
Ransom?
to be here. Week 3 for the Shogun space, and things are just looking spicy. I'm so excited for what we've got coming. And I say it all the time, but it's really true. The best is yet to come. Shogun is still loading our gun. We have not fired all those bullets off yet. So as the markets start to heat up, I'm really excited to see how that's going to play out, because we really have not even unleashed the full beast yet.
Absolutely. Nicely said. The one of the things that we did in the very beginning was that we released our bots and our systems, Ransom, right? And as you know, we talked about it, and we don't really come out and talk about too much that we haven't released or ready to release in the process. But some of you seen in the interior meeting that we had for the main group, you've seen some of the game, the network solutions that are there. So we got some alpha to spill about that. We got some alpha to spill about our farm system, where you'll be able to come in and be a part of that. So teaching communities how to do this as well is going to create stability in Solana and that network, because there's a constant reoccurring big circle I'm sorry, 15 things are happening at once here, and but there's a fluent process that comes around, and it makes something so reoccurring for us in this industry. And if we can solidify ourselves, then we can solidify others. So if you do have a coin, if you're part of a network, and you want to learn how to do all this stuff, you're going to be joining our network. We have to alliance. We have to have mutual value. We have to have that stuff. But Ransom, you've been doing a great job of getting some people out there and getting our voice out there. How's that been going on Spaces?
It's been going really well. I think a lot of people kind of do have a little bit of recognition of us now, but you just keep that repeated exposure and continue to get our voice out there. Plus, we've got a few really solid people who are putting that message out consistently and stuff. So whenever I jump into a space, even if I've never been in there before, they have heard of Shogun before. They've heard somebody speak of Shogun before. So it's really cool just seeing the spread and reach of what we're doing kind of get into, more and more people's eyes and onto the radar of more and more projects just as the days and weeks go by.
Yeah, because that's one thing you don't see a lot of service companies, that they're touting that their product is not just about being free, because you could do a lot of free products out there. But I think what happens is that they get lost behind what a free service is. It is free, but it's not for us, right? So you come in, you use our systems. We do have transactional costs, of course, right? Like our buying bot of transaction, our trading bot. Now, the only thing that's like really super free, that's no cost to the individual, is the bot for rating. The pay to rate bot. So that's the only one that's absolutely free. Like there's no cost to the end user for that. If people want to advertise through our stuff, or services want to advertise, we have something that we can do for that. But really, it comes down to and especially with all of our stuff through WebForge. Oh my God, having all that network. If you're using WebForge right now and you're here and talking, make sure you mention that if you're using the WebForge, if you're starting your process, you're onboarding. We're working on all that stuff now as we speak. But good point, Sam. Ransom. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I think WebForge honestly is one of our biggest suites too. Like that's something that a lot of projects, they're kind of just touching in on. So like if you guys are using the WebForge stuff and you've got more questions about it, please reach out to us, because there are so many phenomenal tools in that system that I think maybe just get overlooked because it's almost so robust. But if you feel like you're overwhelmed with what's available there, reach out to us because we can help you out with that.
Yeah, right in the back there too. There's some things in there that right off the bat, adding a team member, getting your web page done, connecting your socials. Those things are very powerful just in themselves. And then there's so much interwalking that you can have. Like we use it for our dojo, for my son and I. We have like 50 clients in that network right now that are just sort of tearing it up. We have Amy, who's out gallivanting around the world today, apparently in a thing that she's going to go do. I don't even think she's here today because normally she's in these spaces. But there's just so much to do back there. But Ransom's right. Don't feel overwhelmed. Just we take this, we eat this elephant one spoonful at a time, and we just try to get as much as we can done. But thanks, Ransom, for coming out, bud. All right, who's next, Drew?
All right, we have Work for Your Bags up next. How's it going, bro?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Good to be here.
It's good to hear you back again. How you been doing?
Doing all right. We're the chart is looking decent, starting to move back up with the rest of the market. So feeling bullish on things as a whole. Just partnered with Memezilla and the guys over there, so we're super psyched about that. Got into the Shogun, our old Panther pilot setup now, so I'm diving into that. There's a lot going on. There is
so much going on. It's disgusting. but is and I love it because it is such a powerful thing for all of us. But so work for your bags. Tell us a little bit about what the concept was and what it is and how everything's going.
Yeah, so we were a CTO as of 5 months ago. A project that rugged end of April. It
Mm-hmm.
was another kind of cabal coin, culture coin, and we've been building up from 10K up. That's where we started the CTO. We migrated our token over end of June to a immutable contract because the other one had some security issues.
Mm.
So fresh token. We've got a core group of about 800 or so people in the Telegram that have been holding it down since then. The whole thing here is kind of it's a like-minded sort of project with a lot of what's going on with Shogun, with Memezilla, is looking for projects that are celebrating community, smaller groups of people that are kind of in it together, that are sort of the player pump player model as opposed to just straight up PvP. So we're trying to kind of reinforce those sort of more values led community trading sort of, I guess, ethos,
Yeah.
trying to educate in the space, creating out a resource hub on our website, basically that is helping to kind of onboard new people into crypto, but do it in a way where you don't have to unlearn bad habits. How to avoid rugs, how to respect the chart, how to DCA and support your community, that kind of stuff. So
Right.
it's a long term project for us. We're looking to keep building this out, but our thing is just about putting the head down and putting in the grind, just working for your bags, showing up every day, no shortcuts.
And that's the hard one. It's like there's so many places that they're like, oh yeah, if you use this volume bot, you'll get a $1 million market cap, and then it's inflated. It's tough. Like there's like so many things that have been happening over the market in the past 2 weeks even. Companies closing down because they're being arrested for fake market making or washing coins or selling fake process. All those things. But when you in there really working for yourself, like right now, our farm network that we're doing it has solidified us so much. So if there's anything that I can say about, I mean, you got good volume, you got good process. It's that you combine all these things together. Not one thing is a shortcut, right? You got 50,000 shortcuts into making a building. That's basically it's one nail at a time kind of thing. So I love what you're doing over there, the education that you're providing and helping people get that understanding. I'm a big fan of normies, but I'm also like you just need to get the people in there that want to do it and want to learn it, and then teach them the right way to do it.
Yeah, yeah. Now, into your point about education, where it's a learning process for me as well. This is my first CTO, my first coin.
Mm-hmm.
I think when we met a while back, I told you I'm from the marketing world as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that part is not new to me, but the whole kind of game, the sort of chasing market cap, like the volume bots,
Mm-hmm.
KOLs, all that stuff. We've learned a lot of expensive lessons. And
Unfortunately,
my takeaway right now is that it's best to put the money back in the community instead of letting it being siphoned out of the community. Our whole
exactly.
thing is to just build community, market cap will come.
Yes. So if you have an essence of workmanship in what you're doing, right, and not to play on words for your coin, but you if you have that about the education, you have that about the thought, teaching people how to work. This is only one part of it. If you have other value, if you have other stuff that you do, utilities or what have you, that's all addable. Like we always talk about adding value to a relationship, to an alliance. So once you have found that value, we have value because of our stuff that we deliver and what we build, our experiences, our knowledge, and our proof. That's the other thing. There's a lot of companies out there that just speculate. Oh, if you do this, then this may happen. For us, we know it'll happen because we've already done it. We've done a thing or two, so we've seen a lot as well, and so we can talk about that. So it comes from the experiences, and I hear that in your voice too. You've been in the ups and downs. KOLs, do they work? Yes, but only for the big coins that they already have in, and there's a drop, and it does work for a little, but then it goes dying. So we really do appreciate what you've been doing. I want to make sure that we keep in touch if you set up times for us doing the onboarding and we get a chance to talk. We're going to have some stuff for you as well to kind of help build your. I love your chart is in a great barrier right now for us to be able to kind of really help and maybe build a yield farm and do all that kind of stuff and help you get to a certain level to help you secure more liquidity. This is the best time to do it as well when you're low. A lot of people refrain from getting in higher market cap liquidity pools, but in your case, has such a potential to grow, and I can't wait to see what happens.
Oh, looking forward to chatting more then. We got some ideas. We'd love to pick your brain.
Good, no worries. Well, that's for work for your bag. Make sure you check him out. You can check out the. Make sure. Did you share anything up to the jumbotron? Please do. So we got you up there as well. Make sure you check him out. Make sure you give him some love. Make sure you're also going through everybody and that's in the room right now. I'll hover over. Make sure that you follow and you get them into your little world there. Remember, just about 10% of the people that you follow will follow you back. So keep that in mind. If you want to raise your people up, that's the best way to do it. Well, thanks for work for your bags for coming out. Jude, we got anybody next?
Yep, we have the guys from TrackyBot. How's it going, guys?
Hey, Shogun. Yes, doing all right, doing good.
Yeah. How you been?
We need to be here, right?
Yeah, this is a good place to be. If you're gonna be a place, be here. This is
Of
awesome.
course. Yeah. We keep following you, so we hope we can also do our little share by sharing your program, yeah your stuff out in the world.
Absolutely. So how's
Yeah,
how's the
we
business going? And
yeah, we the market is cooling down. We're going a little bit up, so we think it's time to do our marketing a little bit more.
Mhm.
So we have prepared some stuff, and we're gonna roll out this week. I think it will be Friday, the day for us to get off Pump Fun. So we have set up everything, and we're gonna pump it. Yeah, we
Okay.
need to.
So it looks like you're still on pump.
We're still on Pump, yes,
Perfect.
but now we're gonna make some moves.
Okay.
We're doing a lot of spaces, just like you. Jump in and out of all different spaces. Doing a lot of Twitter or X, I must say.
Hmm.
And now, yeah, we need to get off there. So we have prepared some things we are gonna do.
That's always good to have a plan, right?
Of course, yeah, we have to.
Trying to find where your link is for the. Could you put something up to your pump so I can show it up on the network?
Let me see, because a
Use just Dr.
few times when I logged off, my X was rugging, so it's
Oh, okay.
just
No worries. Don't worry. We'll put it in post and make sure that
so,
we put something
sometimes
up.
it works to get off of X and get some links in, and but yeah, I was two times out and I didn't hear you guys anymore. So
No
Yeah,
worries. No
yeah,
worries.
Max, be careful too, because there's like 7 fake trackies on Pump Fun.
Yeah,
yeah,
I've seen that. So I'll wait to show anything on the exposure of that point of it. But I know there.
yeah,
Listen,
I will share it when I put off my mic again.
you got it. You got
Then
it.
I can put it in the
No worries.
put in the link.
So the good thing is that there is an opportunity for some of you. If you're Tracky has been with us, they have a lot of stuff on there. If you go to their Twitter page or X page, there's a lot of like information that's coming out, and then you'll see like the supply stuff like this like little venture that you see right here with the increased price spike. You know, it's saying that for a little while we were on there every single second of the day, which was awesome.
Yeah.
We're still in there, right? And they're using our trading
Well,
bot as well. Make sure that if you're kicking on those things as well. But
today it was Memezilla and Sassy. For the most of the time, we are putting the notifications on our X, so
yeah,
you
this
can
is
see
awesome.
them for sure.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of stuff that you have so much potential to get into, and I know even getting into the coin mechanics of the process. We said we want to be able to have a chance to talk to you and get some stuff. We have our volume bot coming. We have a lot of stuff that's happening in our network. I keep calling it a volume bot. It's a temper bot, but nobody really knows what that is yet. We're going to set that coin term, no pun intended, to be able to get that position out to everybody. But we really do appreciate you being here. You're a big fan of ours. We're a big fan of yours. We have a great alliance happening. We really appreciate your work that you've done on your bot. Super huge to us. We want to help you get to that point of getting off a pump and getting in a radium and start your world travels from that point.
Yeah, we need to get off Pump Fun.
You got it, brother.
And we will, and we will.
Well,
I'm definitely sure of that. So
make sure you check them out, and we'll get some more stuff up in the jumbotron when we can.
yeah, I will put some links in. So yeah, I think if I go out now, my mic will drop. So
Okay.
yeah, that will be maybe someone else can speak for the.
No problem, buddy. We
Well, if you
appreciate
want to
it.
just hop out, if you can get us a link for that for that pump fun, you can hop out and we'll bring you back up.
It's all good.
Yeah, that's also fine. But I think my girl is also calling, so I
All
think
right.
I also need to give her a
Girlfriend
call.
aggro.
Oh, no worry. Quick chilling out. That's all good.
So, yeah.
All right, brother. You take care, and have a great day.
Okay, brothers. Yes. Talk to you later.
Take care, bud. All right, chuck him some hearts and love out there for Track. He's working hard, get out there, kicking it in. It's hard, you know. You got a service industry, and you got a coin. You're trying to launch the coin, you know, and you got a service industry. It's a difficult thing, you know. And without the experiences like we had, we wouldn't be where we're at without some of the experiences of some people that have been here with us, and it's been amazing. All right, Drew, that's three or that's two in, right? Sort of. We had ransom. The ransom doesn't count. It counts for a whole bunch of other things, but not that. But you got somebody else who's showing a coin?
Yeah, we got Sass up next. What's going on, bro?
Good evening, good afternoon.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm really good. I'm really good. Yeah, just to follow up on TrackyBot, we've had. I literally wrote down that our market cap had gone to 56k today, and while we've been speaking, since I wrote it down 2 minutes ago, it's at 58k. So
Nice.
we're moving, and it's been like, yeah, there's huge amount going on. Just wanted to shout out to you guys at Shogun as well. You know, I know Drew's been speaking to our dev Les as well about farming. We're looking to sort of implement that for ourselves as well. So there's a lot of stuff going on. We had our first space last Sunday, and we're going to start doing those weekly, which is really cool. Nice chilled Sunday vibes, just in, you know, sort of to match up to the sassy 420 vibes. One of the biggest, couple of big things as well this week, we've got our YouTube partnership coming, about to be very soon announced as well, which is huge in terms of sort of getting some of our big selling point is our content. So to have that sort of partnership will be fantastic to get more exposure and more eyes. One of our Insta posts is like, as I just looked, it's got 263,000 views. So things are building and growing rapidly, and we're getting out there, and with like the help from you guys as well. You know, it's been a lot of fun, and we're just really getting started. So it's awesome.
Yeah, your volume basis. If everybody's watching the chart, you can see it on the play afterwards. You can watch. You know, you're at a great volume set at your 48,000 was really a heavy injection, which is awesome because now you're just step stooling up, right? As you solidify more, you're sitting at 50% liquidity over your, right around, just under 50% of your liquidity is from your market cap, which is huge as well, you know. So employing your farm that will increase the liquidity value for your coin is a huge potential, especially if you have supply and you can give that as a reward out. It'll re-inject back in. Make sure you're farming it yourself, of course, right? You make your own liquidity pool, but your own LPs, and you get out there. You know, Drew has created a monster in me when it comes to farming, and you know, I was against it at first because I was like, I don't know enough about it. But now that we've been studying it for weeks now, and we've just come up with a rock solid system to inject volume back in and stabilize the coin, along with our Anvil bot and our Temper bot. It's going to blow these coins out of the water, especially if you have a lot of supply or you get re-injected, you're buying it back in, you're getting it from your own farm as well, which is huge. And if you have that, then utilize it, make it stable. And you already have a great vibe for your community. You know, the 420 bunny mentality over there is just great. Sorry, it was a little joke for me for 420 bunny. But in fact, which is weird, right? Because there's a company called Blissco.life and in central New Jersey. And we just met with them the other day. They're a state legalized network for cultivating marijuana in warehousing. And they're just firing off. They'll be firing off in January to start all the plants. They don't have any plants on board yet, but they don't have any product there yet. But I went to the warehouse to look at it. My friends were investing a lot of money in it, so I went there as a consultant. And dude, let me tell you, the old days of growing it in your backyard or your basement are done when it comes to that kind of stuff, because the product they bring out of it is sickening. I mean, we should just do a show on product, man, because it's like bring them in. So I love the look of your site. I love everything you guys got going on. It's simplistic, it's valued, and it has purpose, which is cool. So great job.
Thank you, appreciate it, and thanks for your time, and thanks for letting us on.
Hey, no worries. So make sure you check them out. Sitting at 58K right now. Super cool, chill a great ascending trend. No back history to kill the world on. Right there, you got a lot of super high places to go to for future. So just getting back into the thing, growing beautifully here. I would say an all-time high over the last 22 days in the process, hitting today. So awesome, great work. We'll see you inside that coin. All right, everybody. So super quickly, Drew, you got anybody else that's popping at the seams to come out, you think?
Yeah, we got two more people. We got Memezilla and then Salty afterwards if we want them to speak, and then kind of go back in with Shogun.
Okay. Smacking along.
What's up, Shane?
How you doing, Max? Andrew, Ransom? Good to be here.
Doing good, bud. Doing good.
Yeah, so I'm not here to actually talk too much about Zilla, but I'll just give it a quick overview for everybody there. We're basically a meme hub that has a platform for visibility to show a project's community strength. And we basically onboard projects to create a huge network for projects to work within and to support one another. So that's kind of the gist of what Memezilla is all about. And for total transparency, I'm also part of the Shogun team. And what I'm doing currently for Shogun is giving all these projects the tools from the Shogun project to be able to use, giving them that visibility to what is an amazing project and network and business so much. We are slowly getting all the projects to get on board with Shogun. Through Zilla, we are close to kind of like finishing off with the onboardings with the benefits. That'll be closed up probably within the next 10 days. And I've currently got like a work group of 10 who are going out finding good projects and bringing them on board. But what I would like to do is bring them 10 over to Shogun as part of the 100 if they can prove to me that they can work and have the same mentality as what every individual has within the Shogun team already. Otherwise, it wouldn't work. And Sassy is actually one of them individuals who's in this space, and he's working his ass off and proving to me that he's got what it takes to be a part of the Shogun team, as well as a couple of others. Because this project's special because it's full of grafters, and that's what we need to keep it as. And also, for everybody listening, this is a really knowledgeable team, and like Max, for you, for instance, you go out your way to support people, you give advice, and there's no bullshit involved. It's totally straight to the point, and that's what everybody needs. And as a whole, it's a proper family. That's what I call it. It's a family within the top 25 and soon the 100. And we're there to support each other through thick and thin. And so I really appreciate being part of the Shogun team.
We appreciate you too, Shane. Your cut of what you do. We used to align you up with the idea of Andrew and at the speed of Andrew kind of mentality. And you've always been a hustler. You've always been working hard, and we really appreciate that. To have that kind of emphasis in what you do, you don't get paid very much of what you do. So I always appreciate when I find people who work really hard, they don't get paid a lot. And that's why we've invited you to be here. So eventually you're going to get this opportunity to be blowing this shit out of the water financially with the rev share system. You're part of the top 20. And even more so in my eyes with you and Ransom and a few others that are here with the amount of work that you do. So it'll come back to you tenfold, 20-fold. I guarantee 100-fold even at that point. But we got so much stuff to release, like you said. Just the tools from WebForge and just one bot, even just the tools from WebForge could be a multi-million-dollar organizational process for us because there are hundreds of thousands of new projects coming every week in this industry. And we're just talking Solana. If you go to the new gainers and or even new coins on and put in the last 24 hours, you'll see how many new coins are coming on. Now, granted, a third of them scammers, a fourth of them are scammers, whatever it is. Some of them are they're trying their best, but they don't know. But even if you got 10% of that or 1% of that, you'd have hundreds of people a day signing up for your organizational stuff, which is amazing. We can keep you busy for a month of Sundays. right? So you see it, Shane. You see that there's a lot of opportunity in that process, and this is where you're at, dude. You're doing great.
Yeah, well, we've got the actual self-listing feature coming on soon, which we'll be marketing out onto Pump Fun through Zilla. So I'm more than happy to take the reins on the terms of bringing in all the new projects that I have a list with my team at Zilla, which will then be part of Shogun as well, and then bring them in. I'm more than happy to keep pushing the projects through the system and taking the benefits.
Because you teach them what to do, and we make money on the transactionals, right? So we got the farms going. You get the farms on, and when you do your little mini half sale on the farm, you're using the Shogun bot. If you're inside your network and you got your team using your onboard system for the deck screener system we're making, you got your people on side it, and it's amazing. And even the Shogun's bot system and the volume system. We teach you how to use our volume bot system, which is like a DCA process, which can track in subtle increases in the pricing. So when your people sell off this stuff, your system's buying back in again, right? Keeping the volume always in an exponential trending value of up, and that's super huge. There is so much potential for this process of just get the people in, get the ones that want to work, the ones that don't work will leave. But you keep it free, you keep it, and people who want more will pay for more and give for more. And it is such a great revolving door. But one thing we always have to do is keep in mind is that we always have to keep our integrity. We always have to keep the voice chat open to who we are and what we really are. We're not just here for, a quick buck. This is a long-term generational wealth system. And if we have it our way, which we are, which so far, everything that we've implemented has been a success, right? Even the failures are successes to me because it's taught me what to do and what not to do. But in our case, every single thing that we have done has led us to information that has made us more successful. And that's the teams you want to align with. So thanks for being here today, Shane. You're always a constant professional in what we're doing. I know you got a lot of stuff going on, and I'm glad we're able to help and be a part of your life as well.
No, much appreciated, Max. Thank you.
You're welcome. I guess we got Salty up next, right? Right, Drew?
What's up, Salty? How's it going?
What's up, guys? It's going good today. Here, it's a good day here. Glad to be here, part of the team. Everything's so early here, and that's what I love about this. There's so much potential, like you've been talking about. We're so early. There's so much to come, so much in the pipeline. It's a great time to be involved and getting the lowdown on what's coming up with Shogun. So exciting times ahead for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been, Salty's been around for some time now, about 2 months, almost 3 months now. And we've always appreciated, having the availability to be closely connected to you guys as well. So thanks for being here today. You want to tell us anything about what Salty is and what everything's going on?
Yeah, I mean, like for those that don't know us, I'll just do a very quick sort of elevator pitch. But Salty essentially is just a salt lamp with a couple of googly eyes whacked on him, and it's as simple as that. We're nothing complicated. There's no fancy utility here with it. It's just a simple salt lamp with some googly eyes. Now, a lot of you will probably be thinking, well, you're not really selling this, Dan. So I think we're going to fade this one. Yeah. The one thing that I would say though is Rocky. They took a rock, they put some eyes on it, and it went to 44 million. Eggy did 5 million, an egg with a couple of eyes on it. Salty has got the law of salt behind him. 1 point, if you do your googling, salt was just as valuable as gold. It's what the Romans received their payments in, and it's where the word salary comes from. So we're going to be leaning into that meta over the next couple of weeks and kind of adapting into that. So yeah, we've got loads of stuff that's going on in the background. We've not been rushing anything. A lot of these kind of pump fund tokens that rug and then get CTO, they're just full of people that want to make the money back and then get out quickly. Whereas we're taking our time. We're building stuff in the background, getting those solid foundations, if we're ready here when this bull market really ramps up and really takes off, great. But if we're not, there's the next one to catch. You know, we're not in a rush. We're just taking it easy. And sort of once everything's in place, we'll be kind of ready to push forward, which is why I like being a part of this. I like following you guys, being in the Telegram, because as you guys grow and your products expand, we can incorporate that, and it's just going to give us a boost moving forward. So yeah, that's Salty in a nutshell. If you want more information, head over to the webpage. If you're struggling to sleep later on tonight, there is a 6-page thesis on why Salty is going to change everything. So have a read. If you've got any questions, jump in the chat. I'm always happy to jump on a VC, or just fire your question in there, and one of the team will get back to you. We'll always give you a straight answer. It might not be the answer that you want. It might put you off from sticking a fat buy in, but we'll be real with you one way or another. So, yeah, come and check us out. Do your own research, and yeah, we'll see you on the other side.
It started out slow, but it did great. You did awesome. I appreciate it. I said slow, but it started like, yeah, we don't got really nothing much going on. We're just a rock lamp with some googly eyes, or a salt lamp with some googly eyes. I have 2 of these salt lamps in my business at the dojo. So, and he always leave a mess on my floor apparently because of humidity. But it's all good, man. I love your enthusiasm with it and where you're going with this. And as one of the things that you said in there about the bull market, I never really even look bull or bear anymore because I feel when you know how to swim, no matter what way that the river's going, you can always sort of attest them. When you have solid core of ethics and honor and righteousness, you know, no matter what's happening around you, you're always doing the right thing. You know, even if you make mistakes, you're still doing the right thing, and that's really important. And I see you as one of those people that will always do the right thing, no matter what. So you're a solid buy to me. Like if I were to buy in a small bag, keep a moon bag there, that'd be something I would dime in hand because I expect you to be just. You're going to be there, and you're going to get a lot of me's out there, and a lot of other people that have bought bags in, and just keep something small, keep it over low barrier of entry. Awesome. You don't have to try to moonshot it up to the world and try to pump it and then dump it out. You know, just go get yourself a nice little easy solid bag that you're okay with going. You know, that forgetful money that you put out there. You know, a couple cheeseburgers and plus, you know, maybe. You don't want to go buy a car's worth, of course, you know, because you don't want to influence the market too much without process. But Salty is one of those that you can just kind of get in, and it's like just having a friend in the corner with you. That's it. So I appreciate you being here today, Salty.
Yeah, appreciate the time. Appreciate the platform. Cheers.
No worries. All right, Drew. I think we got a little shilling to do for ourselves. The things that are happening. You ready to kind of jump out there and kick it? Do you want to throw anything out, or you want me to hit it?
Yeah, what should we start with is the real question.
Oh my God, there's so many things. You know, what if we talked about, I don't know, the game, the volume bot, the trading bot, the rating bot? What should we talk about? WebForge?
I say let's talk about the paid to rate bot and kind of like how it functions on the dev side and why would you use it as a dev in your project and how can it get people to be more active in your TG group.
Absolutely. Now, this isn't your average pay the raid bot. Like there's some good ones out there, right? There's Sharky, and then there's like BonkBot. I think BonkBot's still there, right? It's still out and about. I think so.
I think so, but
Yeah,
I
we're
don't
trying to be
know
nice too. I mean,
what
because
happened.
we had alliances with them for a while, but they kind of fell off for us. But there's other really good bots out there and stuff for paying raid and keeping your people busy. What this one does as well, it's twofold. One, it's free, right? Like premium service on it's fucking free. So we don't sell anything up front to anybody in the network unless it's a paid service system like SMS texting or something like that. But one, it's free. So the biggest one is like it's not going to cost you any money up front. And plus, it's something that we use as well, right? So as we are testing and building everything out, when this thing releases, the paid to rate also has a unique feature in it. On this first version, we're doing it that you pay out in the Solana, and we're probably going to lower that amount now. We're testing right now at 5 cents a raid at that point. that somebody can make a couple bucks a day in doing it. You can have limits. We're going to be putting limits and everything else in it. But for right now, it'll you put it in your group. You'll put it in your group, and then it'll test with it, and then you'll raid out for Twitter at that point. Um, but with it comes the training. What to say, how to say it in Twitter. It doesn't have a fancy AI conditioner that beats you down, into the dirt. But it does come with training. It does come with value. It does come with, support and people being there for you to help you get through whatever it is that you need to get through. But getting the word out there in Twitter is an important factor. And so having the knowledge to be able to go out and what to say and how to attach it to where is very important. The other is that it does have advertising for services in there. We'll never advertise another coin in your coin, so trust me, it's not going to be one of those coin fest things out there vomiting on everything. But the company has to have a service. They can only advertise a service. We're going to advertise our services in there, like the bots and everything else. The things that are in there, and other things that'll be in there. We'll have some entertainment. We'll be shilling out the Rise of the Shogun show and maybe the Mad show when it comes back in a couple of weeks. There'll be a lot of stuff that we'll be doing in it. And that really does help keep your people busy and giving them work to do, as well as helping them learn of other things that are out there because we'll have like learning systems that'll be in there as well. Is that about it?
Yeah, I think with the pay to rate by two, it is going to pay out in Solana. So as the dev, you would send Solana to a vault address. As your people raid, they would get paid in Solana. Once it gets up to so much, probably like
We have it.
50 cents
I
a
think right
dollar.
now we have it at $1, right?
Yeah.
So it takes in. We have it where you can check your balance and all that kind of stuff. And once it gets to $1, they can do withdrawal, and then it'll send the admin of that group, whoever has that wallet in there, hey, please send me. We're still in testing with some. We have our programmers on it. We have myself who's programming on it as well. So there's still lots and lots to come. That's a little alpha that's coming out here. We should have everything fired off and ready for everybody's consumption by Monday. So very, very powerful little tool that we're bringing out in alpha in the process. All right. Do we have anybody else who wants to come up and have a shout out?
No, I also think so we've also teased the game just a slight bit from some of the things that Max built in what like a day or two, and we're using Unreal Engine 5, and yeah, Max can kind of fill you in. He's the one doing it.
Yeah. So the game itself, and here's the part about games. And I'm not gonna throw some FUD out there, right? But I'm gonna throw a little bit of controversy out there. You can have there's all kinds of games, and I'm not throwing FUD at like 2D platform games, right? The low bearing fruit when you're making video games is at a certain level. Um, but what we have here for the Shogun coin is a concept. Like I'm a gamer. I love gaming. I've been gaming for a very long time, fucking since video games were made, right? I'm that old, yes. You know, in the process of making this game and connecting it to cryptocurrency and being a part of that, there's NFTs. There's so much value in doing this process because we have a network of devs and other people that I've been associating with even before crypto. I was in game development prior to this and doing things on the side for that, just like side hobbies and building games. And I've built 14 different games before. So, and some of them are like games that were on the phone, and some were just HTML5 games that you would see on a web browser kind of stuff. But I've built games, so I know what the structure is. I've also built games for iOS systems and Android systems, and I've been in that world, So it got to a point where if we were going to build a game, I wanted to do something that was going to be fun, but not something that was going to be, six devs sitting in a closet and spending 6 months to build and then they release and then spend another 6 months to put another fixed spot to fixing whatever. We are releasing an alpha game release demo system, not in the same essence as something like, Star Citizen, which is like, you know, 12 years worth of being an alpha still. It's not even in beta yet, but it's still playable and there's still things out there. But we're going to have a very simple, fun way that we're going to be building our game. And as we do, the demos will show new things, new towns, new processes that'll build on. But let me give you the overall view. Now, I'm not selling you sizzle here, right? Because this is all stuff that I've built or have had built and know how to build This isn't something we're waiting for people to build and do all that stuff. We already have all this stuff down already. But there's three sections. The first is the marketplace. This is the city. This is the shogunate where you're safe. You can go in. You can meet and talk and greet with other people. You can buy into programs. You can watch videos. You can watch cinematics. You can do all this stuff that's in there. You can shop and buy things, NFTs, all that kind of great stuff. So that's the marketplace. The next ring out is our demilitarized zone, if you will. More commanding, that you can buy land, you can farm stuff in there. You can put, you can farm vegetables and you can raise cattle and do that kind of stuff. That'll help you in the, for making food and clothes and armor and all that kind of stuff. You can make stuff in that area. And then you have the final zone, the military zone, where you go out and you fight and you gather resources, right? Like trees and rocks and ore and things like that. But you're also going to be fighting the yeeters and the beaters and all of the enemies in the game, because all of the actual samurai are animals. Like you'll see, like mine is a panther. We got Ransom. He's an owl. Drew's a bear. Those kind of things. So we have these animals that are samurai, right? And that we consist of the Shogun, and there's like all different levels of it in there. And then finally, the enemies in it are insects. These are very buzzy, very irritating. It just gives me shivers even thinking about it, because I've seen the designs on them. And all I want to do is kill them. I just want to murder them, and you get points for doing that stuff. And those points can translate into coin. And it's all going to be connected to the MP3 market or NFT markets, as well as into meme coins as well, into the process. And when you buy your land, you can commit to a clan, and those clans could be other coins, can be other networks. And you come in, you get your Shogun character, and you can be these things and have your own clan and be a coin and do all that stuff, and buy NFTs through the network, buy founders coins, and any NFT that we have in the game will go to giving you different areas of that you can go to, and it's very widely vast. But I don't want you to think that this is something pie in the sky, that you're not going to see something for years. You're going to get something playable almost immediately. And it might be just fun stuff like little battles that you'll be able to do with the insects and fight this and fight that, and have like these little characterizations that you can come in and play on. And then once we get the building zone in, you'll be able to go to the next area and build your little base and, add new stuff, add a garden, add some cows, add some other things into it, and have fun with that, right? And as we build, you build. And as we prosper, you prosper. And at the same time, you could be farming real coin on the network and doing all that stuff. And it's just, we're really excited about how this is going, because it's something that we want to provide value and entertainment as well. This is why we do the shows. This is why we do the videos. This is why we have all this stuff. But that's the game system in a nutshell. So it sounds really, really cool. There are lots of positions to fill with that, from marketing and advertising to a lot of stuff. But it has its own ethos in there. So the Shogunate, I'm not saying there's going to be another coin, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, but the actual game itself will have its own world that'll be separate from crypto directly, but also have a bridge to it with the buying of NFTs and those kind of things. So it is a completely wild program solution with that bears the name and our ethos of our community. So it's a really great concept that we're a part of, and I can't thank everybody enough for helping me develop and build it. All right, Drew, what else you got, buddy?
So we've talked about the game. We've talked about the temper and the anvil, volume bots. We've talked about the pay to raid bot. We haven't talked much about how we want to use the trading bot with the farm. How we want people to harvest their rewards, sell half in the trading bot, and then bring it back over into Radium, create the LP, and add more to the farm.
That was it. There you go. All right, that's the show. We got it done. No, but he's absolutely right. So what we've done is that we've connected a traveling process here. And what this means is there is, as you build your first wallet, your LP wallet, right? You got some soul in it, you got some Shogun in it, and you build your LP by combining these, and you make what we call LP tokens, right? These are liquidity pool tokens. And once you do that, you add them to the farm. And then there is resource that comes to you back in the form of harvest over a period of a couple of days. However, it all depends on how much you put in the beginning. If you just put in a couple of dollars, then it's going to take a little longer. Then you're dealing with cents and not dollars at that point. But let's just say that now you've put it over to the network, right? You have Sol, you got Shogun already, and you combine it because it's a 1-to-1. For every dollar Sol, you got to have a dollar Shogun, and you put it into the farm. Now, when new stuff comes over, because you're creating a value to the network, what'll happen is that there will be a solution where you'll take a part of that money that you make on harvest. Let's say you get to a point where you can harvest a dollar, right? And so what you'll do, now these are really no numbers. It could be $10, it could be $50, whatever you want it to be, depending on how much money you put in. But let's just say it's a dollar. So you take that dollar, you split it right in half. You take 50% of that and you put it over to the trade wallet inside the Shogun network, the Shogun bot. Why would you do that? Well, because we make 1% on the fees that are going over into that system, right? And if we're making 1% on the transaction fees. If you're in a community, you're making 20% of that. So now your people are farming your coin, but also helping you develop more money for your reoccurring process, right? But for us at Shogun, what that'll do is it also make fees for us as well, right? Because we get the other 80% of that. Once that happens, you sell off 50% of it and take that Sol, send it back over to your farming wallet, match that Sol up with the other 50% of the Shogun you just made, and you put it back in the farm. This will compound your interest of that value. And why is that so powerful? Well, because the more and more you get to, once you get to a certain level, you set yourself a certain level of return of your harvest, and you simply, instead of 50%, maybe you just take 25% back into the farm and take the other 25% and put it in your wallet to make money, right? And that's something that you keep there. You put it back in from Sol to USDC, create a stabilized coin environment in your savings wallet. So now you have like a version of a checking and savings wallet kind of mentality. And this system, a process, it's very difficult to wrap your head around when you're first starting. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. And it becomes methodical. If you can turn this into a job if you want, right? Like for me, I would go collect cans if I had to, and to put money in it. Go get plasma because I'm getting ready, right? Go sell whatever, a sneaker or whatever. Go sell feet picks. I don't care what you're going to do, right? But you get the Sol, you get the Shogun, you get it into the LP farm, and you start working it. Especially with a stable network like what we have, you know that this is not just going up and just down, because we have this stability. We've always been preaching this. Right? Our network is stable. It's so stable with these people that we have in it, and especially with me because we own so much of the supply. That's why, because we are so righteous and honorable in this network that we stand strong. I'm completely doxxed. You know where my dojo is. You know who I am. You know what I built. You know when I never sell the sizzle. I always provide the steak. I'll give it to people at free levels and help them be there. This is so solid, it's not even funny. And I like what did they say? The dev is based. I'm not the dev. Every one of the top 5 shares that responsibility of being the dev. The top 20, they're the dev. They're the dev, and they build out the development system of relationship and building out. The top hundreds, they're the dev. The full 125 people that we have spots for in this network, that's all we need to run a multi-billion-dollar coin. And a multi-million-dollar a month or even a day in the process. Because look what Pump Fund does and Dex Screener does per day because of all the money they make in listing fees. Listing fees just alone is a multi-million-dollar for Dex Screener. So in our process, we want you to come in and be able to do trades, be part of our network. Now, we can also talk about one more thing, and finally here is the Dex Screener mentality. So that Dex Screener is what they call a market analysis system, right? Or analytic system, I'm sorry. So a market analytic system for coins, right? They do make, they have Moonshot now, so they have a launch pad. They have a lot of other stuff in there, and they're making millions and millions of dollars a day. Let me tell you right now, they're making so much money. It's not even funny. But what we want to do is we want to kind of create a similar process, but where communities have more control. Like you'll be able, like anything that is transacted on your coin as a dev, you can sign up for it and be a part of it, and you'll get a percentage of what the transaction fees are directly. Because that's a very important thing for us to support the communities. We'll have systems in there that you can utilize to support your own community as well. And that's really important. So that part of it is a little sizzle because there is We're still working. We got all the stuff written down, what we need. We've developed the designs and programs for the back scenes of it. But what we don't have yet is the interconnection of the APIs for all the DEXs. And that's what we're working on right now, is creating that relationship. We have a few devs that are working with some numbers for us, but we want to make sure that these other things are solid first. And we're looking before the end of the year to release that DEX system for us, which will be referred to as Shogun DEX for now, but for lack of that's just like a working title. So I think that's about all I got to. That's a lot, by the way. I hope that everybody realizes how much that really is. Not just some sort of futuristic, I hope we can build this one day, but what will be built, I guarantee it. Drew, what do you got? Anything else?
I think that pretty much sums it up. Oh, also shout out to all the people hitting raids in there. I've seen the activity has increased like tenfold in the last 2 to 3 days. So shout out to Doc, Ransom, Sass. I think Shane's been hitting them. Crypto Memer, Brian down there. We also got Coney in the building. That's Future Light. Let's see who else we got from our group. Looks like
Future,
that's it.
Future Light's Coney Duty? Is that what it was? Coney Duty.
Yeah. His account got hacked and made a new one in there.
Oh no, you got a hacked account. That's terrible. All right. Well, I think you know what. If nobody else has anything else to come out and say, I really do appreciate everybody being here today. We kind of sort of kept this a really tight show today, and I appreciate it letting us come out and just vomit all the great alpha that's coming out. And I will let you know that here in a couple of weeks, we will be getting back into the Mad Show, talking to more coins and being out there. And I'm going to be out and about in spaces next week, looking forward to people to talk to and kind of give some stuff away and talk to people. And give those advices away of things that have been working for us and sort of get some other viewpoints of what the world is out there. I've been really quiet. We call it Max Going Dark because I'm in building and I'm working with a lot of stuff in coding. I promised my wife I wouldn't make any bots, so we're having, the wife is going on vacation, so Max can make a bot day or week. I don't know yet, but we appreciate everybody being here. And Drew and the team that are here today, great work. I can't thank you enough for everybody, what you've done. You've made dreams come true, and it's all by hard work and determination, right, and honor. And I appreciate everybody being here today.
Trade well.
Nice try. All right, everybody, we're going to kick the outro, and I'll spit out some words, and we'll have some fun with it today. But I want you to all to get out there and have fun. Find those things that work well for you and double down and triple down. Compound your efforts by great people. If you find a great team, double, triple, quadruple down your time, your efforts. And it's very difficult to find good teams out there, but you're part of one here within the Shogun Network. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time. And as always, trade well. This has been episode 3 of Rise of the Shogun, here with Trader Max and Drew, Shogun Crypto. Well, that was... He shut it off on me. You punk butt. Now I'm going to stay live on YouTube and roast the shit out of it. All right, people.